Hi, Sagittarius. This is Jeffrey. This is Ripecolor. This is your reading for October 30th through November 6th. You're my 11th sign. You know, I do a different one every week, and I think that's the first time I got the dates correct. I'm kind of a little bit like, oh, I'm just getting used to this place, you know? So everything is very unfamiliar, and it's okay. Um, it's interesting. Let's put it that way. I mean, I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. Okay, please like, subscribe, share, comment, press the bell for notifications. I offer private readings. I also offer IET. IET is a healing modality. You can read more about it on my website. My website is ripecolor.com. And I'm having a big sale on ripecolor.com, 20% off or more on everything because I'm moving to Mexico permanently. It really feels permanently. And so interesting. Anyway, everything's 20% off. I make handmade t-shirts and scarves and pocket squares and bags and t-shirts. Please visit. I always had a little mini message, and the little mini message is, oh, please become a member. Membership allows you to watch these videos commercial-free, $2.99 a month. So I'm here, and it's like I'm getting used to like people in the building, well, the sounds in the building, I should say. So somebody was playing, remember that song? Real ballad. I guess it was from the 80s. I can't live if living is without you. I can't give. That one, but in Spanish. And it's like, okay, so the message is don't be surprised if you get messages from unexpected sources. Or like maybe you get a message in a new way, right? So for me, this is what's happening actually for me. So generally I feel things, right? Like that's really how I read, right? But also there's a visual element, especially with it's tarot, and a visual element when I'm on the street. If I see something and like, right? And I've been hearing more. And also I've been writing. So I've been writing in the morning and like this information comes through. So like, don't be surprised if your intuitive gifts are going to open, or they're going to open in a new way, or maybe a combo of ways that it's like, oh, okay, right? So maybe if you never really felt before, you're going to start feeling. If you never really saw or heard, maybe you will, or a combo. So pay attention. All right. It's Scorpio season. It's Scorpio season. Remember that. Mm-hmm. 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 Another ballad. We begin with strength, lovely card. Being guided by a spirit, taming oneself. Also, summoning one's courage. And I think summoning one's courage, because you get the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is like the denial is broken. And it's like, you know, I really see it for what it is. And I'm upset by it. I'm kind of upset by it. And I'm disappointed, but I'm strong enough to get through. This could be an intuitive thing that you're getting, like you have a realization about someone or something, of something that's disappointing, you're in grief about, you're upset over. But you're gonna be able to summon the strength to get through it. And you know, and then here comes the card of one of the cards of intuition. It's like, well, I'm not really sure why I'm feeling this or hearing this or seeing this, but you know, it's kind of in the dreamscape, right? And that is, and it's in and of itself is a gift. That in and of itself is a gift. This card has been really coming up a lot really, really, really coming up a lot. You're my 11th sign, you know. If it comes up for the first three, okay. But it keeps on coming up. I don't know how many times because I used to keep a count, but it's been coming up a lot. The Hanged Man is really a fascinating card. The Hanged Man is like, there's a way of thinking or a way of seeing things or a way of doing things or a habit or sometimes we have these habits that we don't even realize our habits are so habitual. And then, you know, you come to realize it and realize how it actually puts you in a state of disappointment and grief. And it's not really, it doesn't really feed your soul. And it's like, okay, now that I see this, how am I going to summon the strength to let it go and let something new come in to be more balanced? And I better start working on it soon. And I better start working on it soon. You know, sometimes when the nine comes through, it's this revelation of like a certain way that like a relationship has been for a long time. And like there's a dynamic, there's like a dynamic that's been set up, or like a almost like a toxic pattern in a way that's been set up. And you know, you've been living like, oh well, you know, that's the way they are. They're always really abusive and mean, and you know, I love them, and I don't know, something like that. And it's like, no. I'm gonna bring some balance to this. It's like, you know, I love you, but if you keep on screaming at me, I'm not hanging out here anymore. You have to change your attitude, darling, or yeah, I'm taking my power back. I do feel like it's a relationship. I do. I feel like it's a relationship that is like, I think you finally get like, I think you're finally really acknowledged that it makes you feel down and blue and sad. And it's like, you know, you just, anyway, it's been a habit for a long time, but you're like, sorry, I can't do this anymore. That's the way it feels. Yeah, we're changing everything. We're changing everything. And this is the thing. This is where the strength comes in. The strength comes in because, you know, this is the magician, right? So the magician is able to manifest whatever he desires. And now it's the second, you know, time that the eternity symbol shows up. It's like, I'm going to use whatever tool I have to use in order to you know, change this. So if that means I have to use my emotion and my intuition, then I will. If it means that I have to use my if there's a financial thing, I'm going to use that. If it has to be a way of thinking or a certain amount of passion, a certain amount of instinct that I need to utilize, I have all the tools that I need, and I have the strength, you know, and you know, I'm being guided, and I'm not really sure exactly how it's going to go, but I'm going to rebalance this, right? And really take on that Mars energy of like, you know, taking an action, because Mars really takes action, you know, toward, you know, something that's for my benefit, toward my enlightenment, toward my healing, toward rebalancing something. And if words don't work, then I'm going to take out the 2x4 and hit you over the head. Because sometimes that card is just that. It's a new energy. It's a new energy of deep healing, of rebalance, of trusting your intuition, of almost realigning a relationship or I feel like it's a relationship toward being more kind. I have some really, I mean, I have the Emperor and Justice, and they both sit on the throne. They're really in charge. And I have the angel coming through. I feel like it's a combination of a spiritual um and a physical manifestation. Because the other thing about the strength card, which I didn't really mention, I haven't in a long time, it's really about union of body and mind. That's what the strength card's about. It's about union of body and spirit, right? And it's about combining both and moving from there. And I think that's what's going on, because then I have the angel here. Sorry, I have the angel here, Raphael, the healer. And then I have, this is really a very spiritual card, but at the same time, he's on a tree, right? He's doing it in this plane. And then this one with the fire behind him, takes the action toward and uses his mind. And this one also, I mean, she really resides in heaven and on earth, because this is divine justice. So she brings the justice of heaven down to earth in a certain way, right? And then I have the manifester, right? It has like a direct link to spirit. Like this is a lightning bolt. So, and here's the lightning bolt again. So it's almost like this new idea of how it could be different, of the action to take to begin anew, to bring it back to innocence, toward, like maybe like a new way of looking and a new way of doing, but it's a mysterious path that, eventually is going to be, because the eclipse is coming, uh, you know, relit, right? Being able to cross the river. That's what it is. Being able to cross the river toward the castle, right? Crossing the river of grief. What's this over here? This is interesting. Look at this. Yeah, I know it's a bridge, but it's also, it reminds me of this card, right? Walking through the pillars of mystery, right? To be able to cross that emotional river, because sometimes it's like we're so frightened of changing a relationship, of, sticking up for ourselves, of, oh, well, it's always been like this, and and like, sometimes it needs to change, and look, this is the thing about any relationship, whether it's with yourself, with others, with people you work with, people in your family, the one you love, the one you don't love. It's like they have to evolve, and if they don't evolve, then it's not doing you good, it's not doing them good, it's not doing the relationship good. Things need to evolve. And this is the time of evolution. This is the time of evolution for the planet, individually, collectively, and where the nodes are, which is like Scorpio into Taurus. These are permanent changes, and and how can I do the most loving thing for myself and for others around me? And sometimes the most loving thing I can do for myself is to stick up for myself, to say, we can't do this anymore. We can't do this anymore. I know you're kidding, but it doesn't really serve me, and it doesn't really serve you. So can we, transform this? Okay, I think I'm going to show you the cards. Manifestation of the disappointment and the clarity and understanding the strength, walking a new road towards purity and innocence, giving up the past and the old way of thinking, rebalancing in a new way, in an instinctive way, taking action on it, blowing up the old way, blowing up the old thoughts, so that something new can grow that's more fair and balanced. My thumb. Blessings.